Hello everybody, my name is Eric D. Johnson, also known as BrightShine, lady right here in the city of Memphis. Is in the county sheriff's in the state of Tennessee. Today's date, early Sunday morning, January 22nd, 2017, time 5:25 a.m. First, say thank you to all my fans, my support for your continued encouragement and support. Continue to keep myself employed right here in this Memphis tri-state area. I'll continue to further my education, moral college online, pursuing my associate degree, studying business administration with concentration mark. The music here in the background is the African Nation of Senegal. African Nation of Senegal. And, I'm using the stream and the radio station, the car music, and and then there's other radio stations when we use streaming, but that's the car music that you hear. And I'm gonna do my before I do it, I'm gonna do my Instagram. Hello everybody, my name is Eric D. Johnson, also known as BrightShine, here right here in the city of Memphis, in the county sheriff in the state of Tennessee. And today's date, early Sunday morning, January 22nd, 2017, time 5:28 a.m. First, I thank you to all my fans, my support for your team, encouragement, support. And say hello to all my Instagram fans, the support. And the music you hear in the background, that's using the streamer. And African Nation of Senegal, and radio station, the car music, and let me do this one. So, to all my Instagram uh, supporters and fans and supporters, uh, first we want to say thank you to God for all His blessings. That's the most important thing. And we always thank God for all His blessings. And want to say thank you. You know what I'm saying? To all of us United States serving men and women that are serving our country all around the world, trying to make the world a safe place to live. And we also want to say thank you to all the men and women that are serving in law enforcement, that are doing everything they can to make our neighborhoods, our homes, and our neighborhoods and our communities safe from crime and safe from gangs and organized crime and just all kind of crime. And one of the most important things that we have to always keep in mind that every day that we live life, we strive to try to live right, but you can't do it without God. So each and every day we have to always keep God first. And when you put God first, the results is that God gonna work in your life. And so again, we want to say thank God for providing His guidance and showing us how to live, because that's something we don't know how to do. We have to always seek God's guidance and His help. And want to continue to do everything we can to encourage our elected officials to continue to enact laws that are needed, and to make our homes and our neighborhoods, our communities safe, in general safe. And we want to make sure that we continue to encourage them and they continue to get it done, to pray for them and their families as well. And I want to say thank you for all that they do. I know that's not always an easy job to try to be a legislator or an executive or someone who works in the judicial system, and to try to deal with the law. And so again, we say thank you to all the elected officials here. And we still want to thank God and, for being in our lives. And we want to continue to do everything we can, because the law are doing everything they can to eliminate gangs and organized crime in our communities, in our neighborhoods, in our homes, our families. And, the comprehensive anti-gang initiative, the comprehensive gang model, and all federal, state, and local officials that are doing everything they can to address the serious issue of gangs and organized crime. Thank them and their families, and pray for them and their families. And we get ready to end today's video. And again, my name is Eric D. Jones, also known as BrightShine. And thank all my fans and my supporters for your continued encouragement. Till next time, take care of yourself, with yourself, what your favorite. Today, I'm gonna use Periscope today, and then I'm gonna come back tomorrow and use Facebook Live. On Saturday, I had to work on this, so on today I'm not gonna be able to be long, be able to do a long video or whatever, and turn the music out. Like I said, yesterday being Saturday, today being Sunday. Yesterday, Saturday, I had to work. So on today's video, I'm not gonna be long. Uh, One of those abbreviated versions, but I'm still gonna address, the issue that I really want to address that needs to be addressed. And so I'm gonna get ready to start my Periscope. Say hello to all my Periscope fans and supporters. My name is Eric D. Johnson, also known as BrightShine. I live right here in the city of Memphis, in the county, sheriff, state of Tennessee. And, today's date, January 22nd, 2017, early Sunday morning. And, time 5:40 a.m. And again, say hello to all my Periscope fans and supporters. And, the music here in the background, using that stream, using the stream, and the African Nation Synagogue, and radio station, the car music, And like I said earlier, uh, yesterday Saturday had to work, and so today on today's video, my abbreviated version of my video because like I said, I had to work, and I had to take some time to get some rest, but I'm still gonna address the issue that I uh, that need and want to be addressed. And so I'm going to go ahead and start doing it and turn this volume down. And on today's video, we're going to continue to talk about African traditional religion. As you know, African traditional religion is being taught. It's being taught in institutions of higher learning, colleges, and universities in sub-Saharan Africa. Now, you can earn a bachelor's degree, you can earn a master's degree, you can earn a PhD in African traditional religion. Now, on today's video, on my like I said, this is my abbreviated version. I know I won't be able to do no reading, but we're gonna continue our reading from the book's title. One of the book's title, West African Traditional Religion, written by Dr. Joseph Omasede Leland and Dr. P. Adelumo Bopemo. Another book we're gonna continue our reading from, African Traditional Religion and Definition, written by Dr. E. Beloja I. Dogu. And another book we're going to continue reading from, titled African Religions and Philosophy, written by Dr. John S. M. Beatty. And another book we're going to continue reading from, titled Concepts of God in Africa, written by Dr. John S. M. Beatty. Now this is a map, a language distribution map. African language distribution map shows the people and the language they're speaking where they live on the continent of Africa. Now, that blue color represents the Afro-Asiatic, the yellow color represents the Nilo-Saharan, the dark orange color represents the Niger-Congo A, the light orange color represents the Niger-Congo B, the Bantu. the other half of the map. As you see, it shows you the colors and what the colors represent. And blue color represents the Afro-Asiatic. That yellow color represents the Nilo-Saharan. That dark orange color represents the Niger-Congo A. The light orange color represents the Niger-Congo B, the Bantu. That green color, the green color, it represents two groups of people. Two groups of people. The Quay people, that pastoralists, Quay people, pastoralists, the sand people, the hunter-gatherers. Now, over here on the island of Madagascar, that purple lavender color, the Austronesians. And the Austronesians, the people that live in Indonesia. And the people that live in Indonesia, they left Indonesia, migrated. They colonized, settled the island of Madagascar. They're not the original inhabitants of the island of Madagascar. Now, this is a language distribution map. Niger-Congo language distribution map. Niger-Congo. Niger-Congo language, the primary branch, Volta Congo, South Volta. Bantu, over side Bantu, other East Benue Congo, the West Benue Congo, and the Quay. Now, now that was the South Volta. Now the North Volta, Kru, Sanufo, and Gur. Volta language, your Adamant, when you Bunji language, your other primary branch, Kordofan, your Mandi, your Atlantic, your Dogon. This is a Niger-Congo language distribution map. Now the Niger-Congo language, your Atlantic branch, Wolof and Fule, your Mandi, Bambara, Malinka, Manika, Dayule, your Kru, your Gur Moor language, your Quay, Bali, Akan, Eagle, your Dogon, your Ajor, your Adamant, when you Bunji language, Chibaye, Banda, and Zandi, your Kordofanian, your non-Bantu, Yaru and Igbo, and Bantu, Fang, Tiki, Lingale, Mongo and Congo, Choki, Lube, Luganda, Rwanda, Rundi, Sukume, Kikuyu, and Bantu, Swahili, Wakawe, and Yanje, Bembe, Shone, Tsange, Northern Soto, Zulu, Southern Soto, Kosa, Tiswane, and Dange, Umbundu. You know, there are many other Niger-Congo speaking people, groups of people that are not mentioned on this map. Now, this is the Afro-Asiatic language map, language distribution map. Afro-Asiatic language distribution map. Now, the Afro-Asiatic language belong to the Afro-Asiatic language family. The Berber, the Chadic, the Cushite, the Egyptian, the Omatic, and the Semitic. Now those are all your Afro-Asiatic. Now, now, this is a Nilo-Saharan language distribution map. Nilo-Saharan. Now, Nilo-Saharan languages are major language, Luo, Dulo language of Luo people of Kenya, Tanzania. Kenya is the third largest ethnicity after the Niger Congo, speaking Agakuyu and Lui. Now, the term Luo is also used for a wider group of languages which include Dulo. Now, the Kanuri, that includes Kanimbu, major ethnicity around Lake Chad, the Sanghe, including Zarme, spread along the Niger River, Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger throughout the historic Sanghe Empire, including the former capital Gao, and the well-known city of Timbuktu. Then you have your Tiso, related to the Maasai, the Nubian, the language of the Nubian, extending today from southern Egypt into northern Sudan. Then you have your Lubare, including Ringé, Lolubare. That's the major Central Sudanic language, Uganda and the Democratic Republic of Congo. The Nandai Mawida language, Kenya River Valley, Lango, and Luo language, one of the major languages of Uganda. The Dinka, the major ethnicity of South Sudan. Acholi, another Luo language of Uganda. The Nuer, the language of the Nuer, another numerous people from South Sudan and Ethiopia. The Maasai, spoken by the Maasai people of Kenya, one of the most well-known African peoples internationally. In Gambia, Central Sudan, the principal language of Southern Chad. Then you have your Fur, that's the language of Darfur province in Western Sudan. Then you have your Tubu, one of the most northernmost non-Saharan languages, stemming from Nigeria, Niger, Chad, and Libya. Most Tubu speakers live in northern Chad, close to the Tibestan Mountain. Tubu has two main varieties, the Daze language and the Tide language. Now, that's the Nilo-Saharan. Now, as you know, there are many people that are identified as African. Many people that are identified as African. Now, like I said on today's video, today gonna be an abbreviated version. I had to work on Saturday, so I'm not gonna try to spend a whole lot of time on the video, probably about another 30 minutes, just to address the issue, a very serious issue of gangs and organized crime. And now, as you know, it's a very serious issue about gangs, organized crime, and the United States government has not just started addressing the issue of gangs or organized crime, by passing a law recently in the year 2000. As you know, the United States government has been addressing the issue of gangs, organized crime, uh, basically ever since this country has been a nation. And you know, we consider these, we think about this, and like I say, this is a very serious issue because first of all, the most important thing is wrong. Gangs, organized crime is wrong. It's wrong. That's the reason why. It's wrong. And the United States government, as well as other governments around the world, they do what they can to make, the family, the neighborhood, your community that you live in, the nation that you live in, that United States government, well, other governments around the world, they do what they can to make everybody safe. To make everybody safe. And one of the laws, for example, that the United States government passed, excuse, to address this issue of gangs, organized crime, the Organized Crime Control Act. It was passed in the early 60s, late 50s. They started talking about it in the late 50s and finally got the bill passed in the 60s and early 70s. The Organized Crime Control Act, and in that law, in that act, is another law, the Racketeering Influence Corrupt Organizations Law. That act, the Racketeering Influence Corrupt Organizations Act, and very significant law that the United States government passed, not only to address organized crime, but also it can be used by the prosecutors in federal, state court cases to prosecute gang leaders, the gang leaders. They go after the gang leaders, and also there are other related laws such as murder, rape, carjacking, armed robbery, burglary, embezzling money, that the racketeering influence corrupt organizations law that can be used to prosecute the gang leaders and also other members of the gang, as well as organized crime. And so that's a significant law that been passed, and we've been going over some information that's part of United States government law and the National Gang Center, the Office of Juvenile Justice and Delinquency Prevention. We've been going over the bulletin. That's what's the title of that bulletin? The History of Street Gangs in America. And also you can also go to Wikipedia to gangs in the United States. Gangs in the United States. It's on Wikipedia. And when you go to the references, you're gonna see in the references that there are many references to the National Gang Center. And the information in Wikipedia is the same information that's in the bulletin. Uh, History of Street Gangs in America is the same information. So we've been going over the information, and we've been reading some books. You know, the bulletin is 15 pages long, and there are many books that the author of that bulletin wrote. And in the introduction, three of those books titled, the first book titled A History of Crime in England, illustrating the changes of the laws and the progress of civilization, Volume 1 and Volume 2. And the author of that book, Luke Owen Pike. And also book number 2, titled Hooligan, A History of Respectable Fears. And the author of that book's first name spelled Geoffrey, Jeffrey Pearson. And the third book that we've been referring to, titled Low Life, Lures and Snares of Old New York. And the author of that book, first name spelled Luc, last name spelled Sante. And so like I said, we've been referring to the bulletin, and continue to enlighten ourselves and elevate ourselves from the low way of thinking of gangs and organized crime. And we know that the United States government passed a law, the Comprehensive Anti-Gang Initiative, and the Comprehensive Gang Model, and also included in the Comprehensive Anti-Gang Initiative is the Community-Oriented Policing Services, abbreviated COPS, through the Department of Justice, and also Project Safe Neighborhoods. That's another. This also part of the Comprehensive Anti-Gang Initiative, Project Safe Neighborhoods. Now, also gang prevention and overview of research and program. That's the Office of Juvenile Justice and Delinquency Prevention. And well, let's make a reference here. I want to refer everyone to youth.gov. Now there's a drop down box at the very top where it tells you select youth topics. So you click the drop down box, and it starts out the after school program, the bullying prevention, stopbullying.gov, children of incarcerated parents, so on and so forth. And you scroll down, and gang involvement prevention, and the last one is violence prevention. And see, you got to just make it perfectly clear about being a leader and being a follower. When you see this drop down box, you see all this information that's in this drop down box. Individuals need to get somewhere and sit down and keep their mouth closed, because you don't know what you're talking about in general. because many people that walk around talking about they are a member of a gang, organized crime, so what? You don't know what you're talking about. That's just point blank. And just being honest, you don't know what you're talking about. But let's go over here. The drop down box that says gang involvement prevention. Now click go. Now gang involvement prevention. Uh, like I said today, this is my abbreviated version. So what I'm doing is refer everybody to gang involvement prevention, because and when you see the gang involvement prevention, you'll see another box over here to the right. You see gang involvement prevention, you see federal data, you see risk and protective factors, you see adverse effects, you see girls, juvenile delinquency, and gangs, you see prevention efforts. So click prevention efforts, and there you'll see prevention efforts. You'll also see the comprehensive gang model, which includes community mobilization, opportunities provision, social intervention, suppression, organizational change and development. And also you'll see now you'll see it's a PDF, the comprehensive gang model guide. It's a PDF. The Office of Juvenile Justice and Delinquency Prevention comprehensive gang model guide to assessing your community's youth gang problem. So, like I said, go back over here. Okay, right. That was the Office of Juvenile Justice and Delinquency Prevention comprehensive gang model guide. And as you know, when you say the Office of Juvenile Justice and Delinquency Prevention, we know that there's a lot of people working for the federal government. Now we're gonna go back. We're gonna go back over to this drop down box. Let's scroll down back down to the bottom, because I want to show. We want to see this violence prevention. Now we see the introduction, and then there's a box down about it says learn more about the National Forum. Click that box, and it tells you about the National Forum, and it also tells you that about the forum operates on three key principles: multidisciplinary partnerships are key. Community must balance and coordinate. Data and evidence-driven strategies must inform effort. Then you see the forum has three goals: elevate, enhance, and sustain. what we want to look at is we want to look at what the federal government does. This is one of the very important keys to dealing with uh, gang involvement is that you have to inform people that the federal government is involved. See, that's one of the most important things that when you talk to people, because in general, you hear people complain about the government not doing this or the government not doing that. You understand? And so when you show people the federal government is doing something about gangs and organized crime, that's an important thing because people are approached in the at the street level. We have to always when you talk to people, you have to get them to a state of mind and think. Put yourself at the street level. Put yourself in a family. Put yourself in a neighborhood. Put yourself in a community. Let's just say right here in the city of Memphis, for example. Right here, like in my family, or let's just say in this neighborhood. Right here in this neighborhood. And you go through this neighborhood, you go through this community, this district, and there'll be people walking around saying they're gang members, including little children, When you inform them about what the federal government is doing, it makes a difference. You may say, no, it don't matter, but it does. Because see, when you start talking about right and wrong, see, it has to be a standard. It has to be a standard just like when you talk about God. When you talk about God, people talk about right and wrong. Right and wrong, what's the standard? God. God is the standard. If you said I was the standard human being, can you see the point you're making? You see the point that's being made? When you talk to people about right and wrong, it's just like a husband and a wife. The wife is upset with the husband because the husband cheated on his wife, and the wife is upset, you did me wrong. Well, what's the standard? God. God is the standard. Because the wife can't depend on the husband to do what's right. Because you cheated on her. The husband can't depend on the wife to do what's right. Because now she upset and mad. Now what she wants to get you back. She want to get him back. So now she gonna do the same thing. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. If you can cheat, I can cheat. So what the husband gotta do? He gotta depend on God. He can't depend on his wife. He can't depend on her to do what's right. So we have to have a standard. When you talk about gangs, you talk about organized crime, you can't approach people out on the street, and God is the standard even for gangs and organized crime. Because first of all, it's wrong. Gangs, organized crime is wrong. God is the standard. In the same as in addition, the federal government. We live here in the United States of America. We live here in the United States of America, and also we belong to a world community. And when you live on this planet, it's very obvious you can't depend on man nowhere on this planet to do what's right. But you have to depend on God to guide man to do what's right. Even when man have God's word to guide him, man still goes astray. But God is the standard. So when we talk about here on the planet, and we try to live, we have a government. And when you have a government, the government, what's that motto? A government by the people, for the people. That's the standard. The federal government, the United States government, is other governments around the world. They do the same thing, pass laws about to prevent gangs and organized crime from being a problem. And so when we talk about gangs and things in there, the federal government is the standard. The federal government is the standard. They say it's wrong. The federal government passes laws every day saying it's wrong. Don't do this and don't do that. The federal government is the standard. They'll punish you for doing wrong. That's the reason why you have an office of juvenile justice. because juveniles are entitled by law to justice and delinquency prevention. Is very important. That's the standard. The federal government made a stand. Juvenile justice and delinquency prevention. That's the standard. If you try to do it, that's the reason why so many parents, when they try to deal with their own children at home, they have to ask for some help. They ask for some help. Who they ask for some help? The government. They ask the government to help me with my child, help me with my son, help me with my daughter. I need some help. Most mothers and fathers, they need some help. They'll go to God for some help. And, myself, we pray to God. We ask God for help in our lives. And one of the ways that we ask God to help us is with our government, to guide our government to pass laws, that help us. And so when we look at this website about the National Forum, one of the things that we're looking at is, what does the federal government do? That's very important. People always want to know, what do the federal, state, and your local government do about gangs and organized crime? Well, over there on this, we're on youth.gov. We're on youth.gov. And we're on violence prevention. And we over here on about the National Forum. Now, what we're looking at is over here on the second paragraph. The second paragraph where it says, participating federal agencies. The federal government, there are a lot of people that work for the federal government. A lot of people that work for the federal government. But this is one of the things that we want to show people is what the federal government is doing, and making it clear that it's wrong. The federal government is telling you it's wrong. Participating federal agencies include the Department, first of all, the Department of Justice. The Department of Justice. Let me tell you something. Let me say this. Talking about the sororities and the fraternities. Talking about sororities and fraternities at the neighborhood level, at the street level, trying to talk to somebody about being in a gang, organized crime, talking about the United States Constitution, talking about you got freedom of assembly, you got freedom of speech, you got freedom of expression. But let me show you something. Let me show you this. Participating federal agencies include, what's the first one? The first one at the very beginning, the Department of Justice. You think the Department of Justice don't know about the Constitution? You think the Department, sorority and fraternity, you think the Department of Justice don't know about the Constitution, about the United States Constitution? For you to be trying to approach little girls and little boys, telling them it ain't nothing wrong being in a gang. The Department of Justice know about the Constitution. The United States Department of Justice, a lot of people that work for the United States Department of Justice. They know about the United States Constitution, the Department of Justice. The next department in this violence prevention, the Department of Education. You think the Department of Education don't know what they're talking about? You think the Department, who doing the educating? Who educating the general public? Who educating the little boys and little girls that go to school around this country and around the world? It's the Department of Education. There's a lot of people that work for the Department of Education. A lot of people. Now, what's the next department? The Department of Health and Human Services. This is the federal government. See, when you talk to people, and when you're trying to get them out this gang mentality and the organized crime, see, when you see what the federal government is doing, you see the Department of Justice, you see the Department of Education, you see the Department of Health and Human Services. It's the federal government. the United States federal government as well as state and local. They telling you it's wrong. They telling you it's wrong. And also the Department of Housing and Urban Development. It's a lot of people. It's a lot of people. The Department of Labor. The Department of Labor and the Office of National Drug Control Policy. It's a lot of people. They're telling you it's wrong. And then you have the communities participating in the forum, include Boston, Camden, Chicago, Detroit, Memphis, Minneapolis, New Orleans, Philadelphia, Salinas, San Jose, Long Beach, Cleveland, Louisville, Seattle, and Baltimore. And then there was another part that said, later on, I read down the, let me see, there was a provision that other cities could be included later on, you know what I'm saying? It started out with those cities, but there was a provision included in where later on other cities can also, you know, other communities can also become part of violence prevention or whatever. Okay, there it is. It's in that paragraph where you see in the paragraph where it says in the fall of 2012, the forum added 4 new cities: Camden, Minneapolis, New Orleans, Philadelphia, and it says and added services so that any city interested in adopting the forum's comprehensive approach could do so. So it's not closed to anybody. It's open to other communities. It said the forum published a toolkit for those interested in creating comprehensive plans in their own communities with additional training and technical assistance available for interested localities. Interested localities. So it can be communities all around the United States of America. They can get in contact with the violence prevention forum and become a part of the violence prevention forum. See, this is what the federal government is doing. See, this is very important. This is what the federal government is doing. That's very key point when you talk to people. See, you have individuals in their sorority, in their fraternity, in their secret society. You can't even go to a house of worship. You can't even go to a house of worship. It's polluted. The houses of worship are polluted with gangs and organized crime. You can't even go to a house of worship and worship God because it's polluted with gang and organized crime. See? But as you can see, the federal government, that's very important. The federal government, as you can see, the federal government, this is what they're doing to prevent violence, and including prevent violence, gang violence, and organized crime. It's the federal government, as well as state and local governments getting involved, making it perfectly clear it's wrong. Making it perfectly clear it's wrong. And so I refer everybody to the website youth.gov. Youth.gov. And also, this is another effort that the United States federal government, as well as other governments around the world, is doing to address the issue of gangs and organized crime. The great program. The great program. Let's go to the website. Now, go to the website. A great program is an acronym: Gang Resistance Education and Training. Gang Resistance Education and Training. Now let's go over here. What is great? I'm gonna tell you what great is. Now I'm not gonna be able to read all the information, but I'm just gonna read the first paragraph about what is great. The Gang Resistance Education and Training Program is an evidence-based national and international gang and violence prevention program that has been building trust between law enforcement and community for almost 30 years. So I refer everybody, excuse me, uh, to what is great, and then click history. I'll read the first paragraph. The Phoenix, Arizona Police Department, along with local educators and community leaders, received federal funds appropriated from Congress to the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms. That's the federal government. There's a lot of people working for the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms trying to do something about gangs and organized crime. For the development and implementation of a school-based gang prevention pilot program. The program was designed to reduce gang activity by having law enforcement personnel teach life skills to middle school students to help them resist the pressure to join gangs. This thinking led the Phoenix Police Department to the development of the Gang Resistant Education Training Program in 1991. Now, let me scroll down. Let me read some right here. The third paragraph. By 1995, the program had trained, listen to this, 1,859 law enforcement officers. 1,859 law enforcement officers. And taught more than 500. Do you see 500,000 middle school students? They already been taught. Over 500,000 students already been taught. Now let me go back over to the second paragraph. It says in April 1992, the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and the Phoenix Police Department entered into a cooperative agreement to facilitate the national expansion of the GREAT program. In August 1992, the Federal Law Enforcement Training Center joined the Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Phoenix Police to expand the program nationally, providing the programmatic support required to train great instructors. Great expanded with surprising speed over the next few years. Expanded nationally. But do you see 500,000 students, middle school students, they already been taught. Over 500,000 middle school students already been taught. They're great, and they walking around. And they going around. They living their everyday life. But they're not involved in gangs. Okay, let me see. Let me scroll down here almost at the very end. In 2009, the Bureau of International Narcotics and Law Enforcement Affairs, U.S. Department of State, partnered with GREAT to introduce the GREAT program in Central America. The region is plagued by an epidemic of gang growth that has become transnational in scope, influenced by strong migration, deportation, and repatriation patterns that make this a shared problem with the United States. The program has spread rapidly throughout Central America, adding an eagerly received prevention component to anti-gang efforts in the region. See what I'm talking about? The federal government is doing something about gangs and organized crime, as well as governments around the world. So you don't tell people, the sorority and the fraternity or the secret societies, you don't walk around and tell people nothing about the Constitution. Talking about you got freedom of assembly, you got freedom of speech, you got freedom of expression. You don't tell people that. See, the federal government is doing something about gangs and organized crime. That's what you tell people, and you show people what the federal, state, and local government is doing about gangs. See, they're telling you it's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. And also, at the very end, it tells you that in 2011, the Office of Juvenile Justice and Delinquency Prevention became an active partner in the GREAT program. It's the federal government. National effort assumed from the Bureau of Justice Assistance. It's a lot of people. The Bureau of Justice Assistance. The responsibility for providing the funds needed to support the GREAT program. The instructors and provide up-to-date materials to the instructors and students. See what I'm talking about? The instructors and then the students who are being taught. Then those students, after they are being taught, they be in the community. And then instead of other people being influenced by gangs, you have people who've been taught by the GREAT program who are in the community. See, doing what they've been taught to do about gangs and organized crime. They've been taught. And it's the federal government, the federal, state, and local government. And so, and like we was talking about the federal, state, and local government, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, they have a program, Prevent Gang Membership. It's the federal government. The Center for Disease Control and Prevention. Also, the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, Injury Prevention and Control, the Division of Violence Prevention. Also, the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, and also the Office of Justice Program, and also the National Institute of Justice. They have a program, changing course, preventing youth from joining gangs, and also anti-gang strategies. The National Institute of Justice. It's a lot of people. There's a lot of people that's trying to do something about gangs and organized crime. Anti-gang strategies, prevention, intervention, assessment, and suppression. And also the federal government, the Department of Justice, the Federal Bureau of Investigation. That's a lot of people. The FBI, the National Gang Intelligence Center, National Gang Intelligence Center, and also the Department of Justice, the Organized Crime and Gang Section, the Organized Crime and Gang Section, and then there are other federal, state, local departments. Excuse me. Also, the National Gang Center, as well as the National Youth Gang Center. The National Gang Center, they also include the compilation of state laws against gangs, because every state in the United States of America is passing laws against gangs. And we know how important it is to continue to talk about these words that these gangs be used, like gang, gangster, mob, mobster, thug, goon. commissioner, a boss. When you know the etymology of these words, you'll see these words are not supposed to be used in that way. And also another organization, not a federal organization, but a non-profit organization that coordinates with the federal government, the National Crime Prevention Council. It coordinates with the Bureau of Justice Assistance. They have an anti-gang for for kids, for children, as well as adults. Keeping kids out of gangs, keeping kids out of gangs. That's McGruff, the crime dog. Take a bite out of crime. That's the National Crime Prevention Council. National Crime Prevention Council. And also the United States Attorney. The United States Attorney has a law in the books. The Criminal Street Gang Statute. Criminal Street Gang Statute. 1457. The United States Code 521. And as you know, also, when we talk about the sorority and fraternity and the anti-hazing, the federal government passed law is against the law. Hazing is a crime. It's against the law. It's illegal. And they use hazing, sorority, fraternity, and secret societies, gangs, organized crime. They use hazing as a way to get people to become members of gangs, organized crime. They teach little girls, little boys to haze each other. It's wrong. It's against the law. And so, as you can see, the United States federal government, as well as other governments around the world, they're making it perfectly clear. Gangs, organized crime is wrong. And on that, I'm going to get ready to end today's video. Because, like I said, I want to be able to I want to be able to still address the main issue of gangs, organized crime. And so, I'm going to get ready to end today's video. And again, my name is Eric D. Johnson, also known as BrightShine. I live right here in the city of Memphis, in the county sheriff, in the state of Tennessee. And I thank all my fans, my support for your continued encouragement and support. And to my next video, take care of yourself. Wish each and every one of you the very best. And also, before we end today's video, we want to give thanks to God. We want to thank God for all his blessings. We thank God for all our men and women that are serving in the United States Armed Forces. We thank all the men and women that are working in law enforcement to make our communities, our homes, and our neighborhoods safe from crime, gangs, and drugs, and just all the things that we need to be safe from. And we thank God for continuing to guide us each and every day. Guide us each and every day in the right direction that we should go. And on that note, take care of yourself. Wish each and every one your very best.